Hey guys, what's up? It is me. I am back and check this out. That's right. I got my skirt today.
Oh, honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Honey, oh, sugar, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to about a 2 month long awaited episode of the Schizo Theater. Now, this episode has just me, the one and only Dewmonic Abyss, and we have Peacemaker 2022.
Hi.
We have the two of us here on this specific episode because we have a lot to go over because a lot has happened in the past 2 months. To start off, you have Candy here instead of Danny. Danny was your old name, your dead name, as you refer to it now.
Yes, correct.
So, would you like to explain the lore, the backstory behind this change, Candy?
Okay. So, basically, in a nutshell, it all boils down to number one, hating the common thing of my dead name. I hate how common it is. Number two, stupid religious people, well, not stupid religious people, but like fundamentalist people really would be like, oh, hi Daniel, hi Saint Daniel. I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to be called Saint Daniel. Ah,
You've been called Saint Daniel?
no, well, yeah, a couple of times at work by religious people, and I'm like, ah, and I'm just like, I don't like it. And I'm also like, I really wish I was named Candy at birth. That would have been like really cool. Kind of like how Prince was named Prince at birth. Kind of, but different.
So, I'm guessing uniqueness is really important to you. Like, that's even in your username, Candy Sereno is unique, 1999.
Yes.
So, like, that's an important personality trait for you to, like, stand out from the crowd. Or...
Yes. And basically, go on, dude.
Going off you wanting to be called Candy now.
Yes.
I noticed in your bio you updated your pronouns to she, her.
Yes, I have.
So what's going on with that? Do you consider yourself like transgender now, or?
Close. Basically, I consider myself transfem, which is basically, I don't really know how to fully describe it. It's kind of like it's not borderline trans or anything like that, but it's like in that kind of subcategory, I guess you'd put it. I don't really know. There's an official definition. I've looked it up like 8 billion times, but I can't remember it.
So, like, aside from like the official definition, like, what does it mean to you specifically?
Well, basically just my love for feminine stuff and my love for basically just like uniqueness and basically just being pretty much who I feel as of lately. I should have been from birth all along. I've even cried at AI generated images of myself as female. Like as like a biological female, I've cried at biological images of myself as female. Like I've cried at like furry images of myself basically. But like take away the furry part, like I've genuinely like kind of had this like kind of emotional connection to what I feel like lately. I mean, I don't want to make a generalization here, but like some femboys, some feminine men, not all, but some do eventually end up in the trans pipeline sometimes. Right. Now, that's not all femboys, that's not all feminine men, but some of them do end up in the trans pipeline. Now, I'm still trying to figure that out currently, but like, I don't know. I'll see what the future brings. I really want to get HRT going in the next year or two to see exactly where this takes me.
So you're like wanting to fully go down the pipeline, like you're wanting to become a woman over time.
I I'm currently weighing in the like pros and cons.
Right.
Currently, I'm like weighing in, if I do go full on feminine women, like yeah, sure, society is going to be a bitch to me. I know that. Like, look at Project 2025. They're trying to remove reproductive rights. They're trying to get rid of gay rights. They're trying to do all this shit. Creepy guys are going to try to probably get my nudes or whatever. Some
Yeah, there
people
are
are
like
going
a
to
lot
try
of
to
weird
like,
chasers like that online that specifically
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
seek out trans people.
uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And, you know, even though I do feel late in my discovery because a lot of my friends have already discovered themselves when they were 15, 16, 17,
Hmm.
way before their adulthood. I do feel late in my discovery. I do admit that. And I do feel kind of ashamed that I feel late in my discovery.
Right.
But
So you had like trans friends growing up, like when you went to school and stuff?
yeah,
Okay. So that's like completely different from like the school I grew up around because like my school, like we didn't have that many gay people. I never like got introduced to the idea of like transgenderism until like I went online, and that was like a completely new world that was like exposed to me.
and a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, I've already got DM'd by a troll telling me to kill myself and telling me that basically I'm nothing and that I'll never be a woman and all that bullshit." You know, like I said earlier, some feminine men may feel legitimately like full on feminine, but then other feminine men want to stay in the feminine men category, want to stay feminine and be a man at the same time, while other feminine men want to go full on woman. But
Hmm.
that's not every single femboy in existence. That's just a small, small portion.
Yeah.
And I'm
Like,
still learning about all this myself. I mean, I'm doing nonstop research on HRT. I'm doing research on femboys. I'm doing research on transfem. I'm doing
mhm.
research on all this shit to make sure, hey, Candy, do you really want to change your biological sex? Because that is going to be a huge
Oh,
adjustment, not
absolutely.
only
It's a
for
massive
me,
decision
but
to make.
yeah, it's gonna adjust my family. My mom's even told me, hey, think it over because you're going to be making a large fucking decision that may like impact your whole fucking life.
Hmm.
Remember, I think I've read Project 2025. I'm terrified of that. I'm terrified of the fact that like I may be able to like get killed because of this shit. I could literally get fucking murdered because people could literally like take a gun and shoot me all because I'm transfem. I may be transfem. I'm pansexual, meaning that I don't give a shit about gender at this point because fuck gender. Honestly, personality
Hmm.
matters more than that. People are just very fucking hateful in this world. Like, and honestly, growing up, I've always remembered kind of having body image issues, like hating my stomach because of the
Hmm.
shitty, like plus size ish illusion. And I also hate myself for medical reasons because I've had a lot of fucking surgeries that I have no control over. I've had intestinal surgeries. I've even been, well, I'm not going to go into that, but like, let's just say that I look like a little bit of a cutout of uh, uh, an exhaust pipe. I'll just say that. I look like a dead exhaust pipe, basically. Um,
Everything always got
um,
to go back to cars with you.
yes. Um, basically, I look like a muffler that's rusted away, basically. Um, um, and, I really I'm falling more and more in love with the Candy nickname as the more I use it. I've even started referring to myself as Candy at work, and nobody understands it, obviously.
Hmm.
I've only done this to myself and one person in real life that I know who has been my close friend since middle school. Not not the not the person that was transgender. That person I'm still very close friends with, even to this
So,
day.
how did you come up with the candy name? Because I know you named your Reddit after that, but what was the inspiration for you
Oh,
picking
Reddit
that
just
username?
chose that. I think Reddit just chose it for me, and I just kind of fell in love with it.
So Reddit essentially like chose your name, just
Kinda.
the luck of the draw.
Basically, pretty much, I think. I can't remember exactly, but it was something that has to do with Reddit. Reddit obviously has really, really loved, like, Reddit just chose my my nickname. Well, it kind of chose my nickname. Like, I just kept looking at the Reddit username and I'm like, yep,
Hmm.
I love this nickname. It is cute, it is adorable, and I really just love how unique it is and it stands out from everyone else.
Do you think Reddit possibly like helped set you down the pipeline? Because I remember way back when you were like in that Reddit femboy subreddit and like you were constantly like flirting with all the femboys on there. Um, Back in
Yes.
the beginning, like you still like identified
Mhm.
as a guy.
Mhm.
I think gradually, like the more invested you got into that, the more
Mhm.
comfortable you got with the whole like femboy community. And
Yes, and also another thing I want to bring up, the femboy community, how that came along was
okay,
actually at prom. So I know that sounds kind of weird. So basically, let me explain. So, as you know, my ex girlfriend took me to her prom. I saw this dude in a really cute Finland style outfit, and
hmm
out of complete nowhere, I just randomly blurted out, "Hey, you're cute," out of complete nowhere, and I blushed because I normally never, usually ever call guys cute up until that point. Maybe I have before, like I've always kind of like I've never really thought it. I mean, I've seen guys wear crop tops before at Cedar Point,
hmm
my local amusement park, and I like turned my head and I was like, wow. But I've never really like fully thought of men as really cute up until that moment at prom,
hmm
and um, that's when it kind of opened my eyes a little bit. I'm like, damn, okay, so men are beautiful, women are beautiful. I never knew men could be beautiful. Prince also kind of inspired me as well.
Yeah, I do
The
remember you
singer Prince.
mentioning Prince a lot. I
Yeah,
think Prince was like your
like
inspiration for even like wanting to cross dress in the beginning as well.
that, as well as actually that, as well as fucking around with an AI generator and putting Startron in feminine clothes just to see how it looked. And I was like, ooh, I kind of like that. But yeah, um, but yeah, like it's been a really long journey. My mom
Hmm.
knows that I'm a femboy. My dad has no idea, and I'm kind of worried to come out to him because of his short temper. But
Hmm.
like,
Has
he's
your
a good
family been like
person.
giving you a tough time about it, or?
My brother has. He doesn't really understand the whole thing. He thinks I'm fetishizing femboys because I look at
Hmm.
images of femboys on Reddit, and I don't do it to fetishize femboys because I love femboys. They're human beings like everyone else. They just they're different from society.
Hmm.
And I've or told my brother this. I'm like, I do not fetishize femboys. Don't you dare accuse me of that shit. All I do is just look at pictures of feminine men in clothes that are feminine. I don't ever go up to a feminine man on Reddit and be like, hey, you're sexy. I want to. Wait, I'm just using this as an example of a
Hmm.
chaser. I am not a chaser. I'm just using this as an example, dude. So don't go in your comment section being like, oh my god, Candy's a chaser. Ah, no, no, no.
Have you been
She's not a
accused of being a
chaser.
chaser before?
My brother,
Yeah.
but besides that, not really. Like all I've really done is just basically go on Reddit and be like, "Oh my god, hi, you're so pretty.
Hmm.
I love your outfit. I love your makeup. Your makeup is beautiful." Like I
Yeah, and
basically just
like
compliment femboys
most of them
just
do
like I
like
do
flirt
with
with you back or like appreciate the compliment, so it's not like anything
yeah, and that's basically what
weird.
all it's boiled down to.
Hmm.
like I basically just compliment femboys the same way I compliment men or women. That's basically how it goes.
Hmm. I think femboys are
Um,
probably more receiving towards it because, like, a lot of women nowadays, like, if you compliment them, they immediately take it as like being hit on and then get creeped out.
well, dude, that's a generalization. Number one, not all women are like that.
Not all
Number
women,
two,
but
obviously, but like, um, but yeah, I've grown up around a lot of LGBTQ plus friends my whole life. Well, not my whole life, but like in middle school was when a lot of LGBTQ plus friends really started to get into my life, and I still am friends with a lot of them to this very day.
mhm.
Um, um, and I haven't really came out to a whole lot of people about the Candy nickname and she/her pronouns. I've kind of came out to like mini Discord servers that I'm in that are LGBTQ plus friendly, and thankfully those have been very supportive. Those have been like, "Yeah, you go, girl, woo!" Basically, just very supportive, wholesome environments. And I know a lot of homophobes out there and transphobes or whatever are going to be like, "Oh my god, you'll never be a real woman. I'm going to shoot you and kill you or whatever." Some stupid ass homophobic bitch, pretty much.
Mhm.
But to be fair, I even made a video in my Fuck Project 2025 Part 2 video. I even said that I'm going to die in a jail cell wearing my feminine clothing, and I will. If I have to, I will.
You aren't gonna
Like
get
if
arrested
I
for it
get
though.
Oh, I know, but like with the way this country's going to, you never know. Like you never know what could happen. I even read somewhere that I don't know if this is 100% true or not, but like feminine men in the next like decade, not decade, but like if Trump gets back in office, he may make them like illegal. Like he may make cross-dressing illegal. I don't know if that's true though. That might just be a rumor that I might just be reading a little too much into,
Yeah, I mean,
but
I haven't looked into that personally. I don't think anything that extreme is going to happen. I mean, like Trump has
I
already
hope not.
been president. Like nothing that major has happened like during his first presidency.
I
So I
really,
don't think
really
there's going to
hope
be
not.
anything like that if he gets elected again.
But anyways, but yeah, like my mom is supportive. I just think she doesn't know about the transfem stuff yet. I haven't
Hmm.
gone and given her any updates on that. But like she's like supportive, but she just wants me to be super, super careful. Cause like even just walking down the street of my local city, like I live in a very kind of conservative town.
Hmm.
Like there's a lot of people in my town that are very
I
conservative.
mean, it's Ohio, so makes sense.
Well, yeah, that too. And like people could really like do some real damage if I come across the wrong person. I think
Hmm.
that's what my mom is afraid of, which makes sense.
Yeah,
Hold on,
there's like
let me close my door real quick.
thankfully like extremists aren't like the majority, but they are like scattered around the U.S. It really just depends on like coming across the wrong
Yeah.
person in like the wrong part of town.
Yeah, that's I think what my mom and I are more afraid of because like as I've said earlier, I have a friend who his journey was like a 5-year journey, but I won't speak on that because that's
Hmm.
his journey to speak on. Like that's not up to me. But like he had to go through a lot of hurdles throughout that journey. But that's his journey to talk about though.
Yeah.
This is my own journey. but but like I just feel bad for him though, because he's been through quite a lot. And you know, I love him, I support him. He's a great person. He's helped me a lot through my life. He actually saved me from suicide in middle school. Like
Hmm.
legitimately. Like I was coming really close to fucking killing myself in middle school, but like he like stopped me. Like like I was just about close to like writing a suicide note, but he like stopped me from literally like writing that note and like killing myself essentially. Because middle school was kind of a rough time. I got bullied a lot for.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, I got into a toxic friendship with somebody that basically just kind of stabbed me in the back, similar to what you went through, but like 10 times. Well, it's around the same, but for different reasons, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and this was somebody that I knew in real life who was kind of a shitbag that I don't talk to anymore, and I haven't talked to in 13 years. But yeah, that's what life gets. That's what life sometimes gets you.
Yeah, I've heard a saying that there are some people that just kind of pop in your life and they exist kind of like
Mm-hmm.
teach you a lesson in a way. Like even
Mm-hmm.
if they turn out to be a shitbag, like you've learned
Mm-hmm.
something about the situation to know to like avoid
Kind of
people
like
like
how,
that or how
yeah,
to
yeah,
handle
yeah.
drama like that better. Or
Mm-hmm. Kind of like how Aaron Fecter during your Maddie thing taught you something about standing up and being true to yourself or something like that.
oh, absolutely.
Eh, Yeah, yeah. But yeah, basically, um,
Victor was a real one for that, honestly. Like the fact that the whole
yeah,
fucking
that
community,
surprised me.
a lot of people were immediately ready to start fucking coming after me with torches and pitchforks, but
Mhm.
Fector was still like loyal. He was willing to hear me out
That's
and
surprising. That's very surprising
give an actual
considering you and
honest,
him.
grounded opinion.
He, my respect for Fector has kind of gone up a little bit. I don't know Fector personally. I've only emailed him a couple times
Hmm.
back when I was working on the SPTE video game, Showbiz Pizza Time Experience, which is a animatronic game that was based off of 64th Gamers retro, not retromation, uh, Rocket Fire Replay, the canceled game from 2021 that Fector bashed or whatever
Hmm.
due to money or whatever. But but yeah, like I have. Anyways, that's off topic. But anyways, like I have like really thought like really long and fucking hard about all of this in the last like couple months, like from May to now. Like I'm still thinking about it even to this day, and like I'm gonna give it probably another year. Like I want to start HRT eventually, but I'm gonna like give it a year
Yeah, that gives
because
you a lot
I
of
don't
time to
know. Yeah,
think things over.
yeah. And I'm still looking up the effects of HRT and shit. I'm still looking up like the effects of like how it works because I've even said in these
Hmm.
LGBTQ plus Discord servers that I'm scared to take it because I don't want like any personality changes or any like severe medical complications to occur because I
Hmm.
am more medically fragile because I was born a preemie, so my
That makes
medical
sense.
history is long and complex. And
Hmm.
this also worries me because if I do like fully go full on like biological woman, like that could really screw my medical history even more. Well, that wouldn't like really screw it per se, but it would like complicate it more because then I'd have to explain to people that I was once a dude and
Yeah.
it would just be very complex.
I'd say that's definitely something you should go over with your doctor, see if like HRT would have any like major negative side effects like
Mhm.
on any of your
Totally.
pre-existing conditions.
Thankfully, in the last couple of years, I all of my pre-existing shit was all the way back in 2003. So I don't really have anything pre-existing currently that I know of. The only thing that is kind of, well, not really pre-existing, but more of a side effect from the stomach scar is just slower digestion. That's literally it.
Hmm.
Just slower digestion and shitty processing in my brain because, well, that's just the way I personally am due to my fraternal twin passing away before I was born. So that's why I have ADHD and shit. So that's kind of why I am the way I am, kind of,
I think I
sort of.
have like a slight ADHD. Like when I'm online, I'm constantly jumping from thing to thing, but it's not like as
I've,
extreme.
I've, yeah. But anyways, enough about my medical history. Uh, let's see here. Uh, Now, I do want to make a point crystal clear. I do not
Okay.
hate religious people. I don't hate religious people. I I often have a negative warped opinion on religion that's very biased because
Hmm.
of MAGA, but I do know that not all religious people are MAGA. I know that genuine Christianity, like the one you are, is
Hmm.
not MAGA version. I know that you're not the MAGA version of Christianity. And I know that like your faith is not like alt-right
Hmm.
Trump supporting like Bible fucking. I know you're not the like MAGA religious type. And there are a lot of people in my personal life, even family members, that are religious but are not
Hmm.
MAGA
Yeah, I mean, it
MAGA
goes back to like what we were saying
alt-right
about like
religion.
generalizations. Like, not
Yeah,
every
yeah.
single
And I need to
person that
not
falls into a category is like gonna be like the negative
yeah,
people
and
that have acted towards you.
yeah, and honestly, I had a bad experience in high school because there was this one fundamentalist prickhead who would constantly come up to every single fucking person and be like, "You're going to hell if you're gay. You're going to
Hmm.
hell if you do this. You're going to hell if you do that." And that's kind of like just me being that was just kind of really bothersome for me, and it kind of like warped my opinion on religion a little bit
Hmm.
because originally I kind of wanted to get into religion, but that kind of just I was like after that I was like, nope, fuck that shit, I'm out.
Hmm. It really
But
just
you
depends on
know,
like the circles you find, because like there are some really
yeah,
nice like
yeah,
accepting
exactly,
religious communities.
like hippies, for example.
I guess that'd be an example. I haven't really met any hippies, but they're
You're
pretty
talking to one right now,
easygoing. Do you consider yourself to be a hippie?
kind of. I mean, if I had the personality of Beach Bear and wasn't freaking out every time in your
Would you
Discord
be a
server, then yeah.
stoner like Beats Fair? We can smoke a peace pipe.
Uh, by the way, I have my own Rockefeller lore that Beach Bear got arrested in 1982 for like smoking marijuana,
I could see that happening. To be fair.
and like the feds had to like break into showbiz and like arrest him and shit
Hmm.
or something. But Aaron Factor would probably freak out. He'd be like, that's not appropriate." Ah. I'm like, well, Aaron, it's my fictional timeline. It's my alternate universe. It's gonna be more adult considering that the Rockefeller itself. Well, given the 80s standards, yes, it was not adult, but like by now,
Hmm.
considering that half of the Rockefeller audience has grown up and are now adults taking their offspring to Chuck E. Cheese's, the Rockefeller has really gotten out of the um, family entertainment business that it was in way back when. But that's a different topic for a different video, though.
Hmm. Oh, something I was
But
gonna bring up. Like the way I consider myself, I've always been more of like a centrist, like independent. There's a lot I've like
mhm,
criticized on both like the left and the right. So like I don't
mhm.
really buy into the whole political party thing. I think George Washington had it right when he said that like political parties were going to end up destroying America. It's like
Hmm. I
you can
kind of
see
agree
it
with that
with the way
too.
the country is right now. Like everyone's so divided. Like the left
Yeah,
hates the right hates the
exactly.
left. Everyone's just
I've
like
never
slinging shit at
really,
each other. It's really hard
I've
for people to
never,
like shake a hand down the aisle.
I've never really understood that whole thing. But that's for
Hmm.
another video, though. Um, I do plan to eventually get myself a bra at some point.
So how would that work? Because like,
Well, if you've seen
what would
photos
it
of me
attach
in
to?
my crop top, not really much, considering technically I don't have like unless if I started taking HRT and then got a bra, maybe that would do some difference. Because I heard that HRT can actually like grow kind of anatomy similar. I think I don't know it fully, but like from the minimal research I've done so far, I'm still looking into it.
Hmm.
But, like I heard that like you can like grow breasts kind of like it's kind of like those silicone ones that but they're not fake. They're actually like more natural and real because like they're not like what Mitzi had. like that
Mhm.
Aaron like loves to like um loves to like prance about or whatever. It's not like what Travis is like obsessing over or whatever.
The Mitzi boobs. I
Yeah,
think,
it's nothing like that. It's like more like natural. It's like your body's naturally like doing the work, not fake silicone, like fakeness, like not like fake. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I get what you mean.
I'll have to
I would
fucking
really like for
explain
us to
it
get
better.
Unfair on this podcast eventually because I do think she'd be able to like explain a lot of this since she's actually like in that community and in that space.
Yeah, I suck ass at explaining shit. I'm horrible at explaining shit. If I try to
Oh,
explain shit,
not just like to
most
explain
of
it,
the
but like so you can actually like ask her questions about the whole
oh yeah,
process and like get her
totally,
input. I think.
totally. But yeah, like I would totally love to like eventually take HRT if I ever
Hmm.
get the chance to. But I do need to be aware though that there is going to be a lot of side effects, and I have looked at them. I've looked at the progression. There's even a whole chart on this one website that's like for HRT. If you Google HRT, a chart will come up of all the side effects for like the women's side of it for like uh male to female.
Hmm.
And apparently the full transition like takes like 5 years, I think, in total. Like 2 months to like 5 years or some shit.
Yeah, because I mean, this
And
is
like
like a chemical induced change to your body.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. And I also want to like eventually like way down the line, like at age like 26, 27, 28,
Hmm.
when I'm way more financially stable, look at well, first I want to get mentally evaluated to transition if I'm able to do that at some point.
Hmm.
And then I want like if I get approved, then I want to like get like the funds together and shit to do that and like go for it in the next like 6 years, 7 years. But obviously this is gonna take a really fucking long time. I've got like my whole like 20 fucking years to in total like review this process and
Yeah, it's not
like
something you're trying
do
to
this
like rush
process.
into.
It's
Like it's
not
something you want to actually like
no,
think
no,
about
no,
and
no. This is a
prepare
yeah,
for.
this is a huge fucking decision.
Hmm.
Like the guy I was talking about earlier, my friend, he took 5 years to for his whole thing. And when he told me about his story, I literally broke down in tears of happiness. I'm like, dude, you need to be a model. You're so handsome. Like I'm very supportive of transgender people. I I really, really uh, love the LGBTQ plus community a lot. I've
Hmm.
been around LGBTQ plus people my middle school to high school to well, even current life.
Hmm. Me personally,
Um,
like I'm not a part of the LGBT community, but I've always supported everyone's right to like love whoever they want and to express themselves.
mm,
However, I think that's like a really important right that we have as Americans to just be ourselves and like
exactly,
pursue happiness to the best of our
exactly,
abilities. Like I don't understand the types of people that like that fucking troll that was reaching out to you that joined that fucking LGBT server just to like harass you about wanting to be trans. It's
exactly.
like I don't get that
And
kind of like hatred people have.
yeah, and that guy was like, "Oh, you should kill yourself. You'll never be a woman." Da, 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 da. And I kind of reversed him until I got bored.
Hmm.
I know I shouldn't reverse trolls because that's not a good idea, and I don't advise anybody
I mean,
watching to
sometimes it's
like.
entertaining.
Yeah, it is, but I should have honestly just blocked that shithead the
Hmm.
moment he told me to kill myself. I should have just blocked him. But I just thought it'd be more funny if I just did. Oh well,
Hmm.
ew, ew, like noises at him until he got bored. Which that's my way of defending against trolls.
Hmm. Yeah, it's like it's one thing for people to have like a different viewpoint of the world and like disagree with like the concept of like gender and all that, but like to actively target people and like sow hatred and all that, that's like
Yeah.
insane.
And I even sent him a photo of me in my crop top and skirt. And he was like, "Oh my god, you're so gay, you need to die," or some shit like that.
Oh, do
And
you?
I'm just over here like, "Bitch, shut the fuck up. You don't know shit about candy. Miss Candy here is gonna tell you to go eat eat shit, basically."
Do you want to show off your skirt? Actually, I don't think you got to show it to the
Oh,
camera yet.
yeah, sure. Sure. This is my skirt. This is my high thighs. I have the crop top. I don't have it on right now, but there's a video of me unveiling the outfit.
Hmm.
And I plan to get more beyond that. Like, I want to get a full on Loletta dress, which is basically a Japanese style dress that I really like. I want to get like even like sundresses and shit. I want to even wear a bikini at one point. I want to
Hmm.
like wear a bikini so badly, like two-piece bikini, because like dudes never really wear two-piece bikinis.
Hmm.
Like people never really wear two-piece bikinis that are like feminine men, which is a shame because I've seen a lot of feminine men on Reddit look really
Oh, I
cute
know you've
in
seen a lot of
two-piece
feminine men
bikinis.
on Reddit.
Yes, actually, funny story. How I got introduced to the feminine femboy community side of Reddit is
Hmm.
I just searched up femboy. Very first
Hmm.
photo I saw, this really, really fucking cute femboy was like wearing this like fishnet, not fishnet, but like wearing this like cute like net style pink sweater and these like not boxer, these like fucking dolphin shorts. And I'm just like, oh my
Dolphin
god, this
shorts,
dude is so cute.
like
Yeah,
dolphin print, or like looking like an actual fucking dolphin,
no, dude,
like a dolphin
dude,
onesie,
after
or
the dude, look it up. Look it up, man. Google
dolphin
exists.
shorts.
Yeah, look it up, dude. Google exists.
Let me see.
Candy sucks here.
Look up dolphin shorts. It's probably going to be YouTube shorts of dolphins.
No.
Dolphin shorts. Oh, I see what you mean. So, like this.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like that. And the
This
dude was
camera's
just
actually
like,
pretty good quality.
yeah, yeah. The dude was like just really looking like really fucking cute. And I'm just like, oh my God, you are so cute. And this dude looks more feminine than me. And I'm a dude. Well, biologically anyway. Like I'm a
Hmm.
dude. And I'm like, oh my God, how the fuck do you look so feminine and
Oh
so
yeah, I
cute?
I don't know if I asked you this, but like, do you consider yourself like full on woman, or is it like a non-binary thing where like you go by all the pronouns, or are you like completely
At
against the like the he him
first,
pronouns, or what's going on with that?
at, so in my two videos, at first I went by non-binary at
Hmm.
first, but then I was like, wait a second, that doesn't make sense though, because non-binary people don't have a strong love for feminine shit like I
Yeah.
have. So then I was like, wait a second, fucking hell, why non-binary doesn't make sense. So I looked up transfem and I looked up like trans shit, and I'm like, oh, this makes a lot more sense. And I've even talked with people in the LGBTQ plus Discord servers that I'm currently in, and they were like, dude, since you love feminine stuff so much, maybe you might be trans femme. And I'm like, yeah, good
Hmm.
good point. Good point. And I think trans femme basically is like borderline trans. It's not like full on trans, but like it's a subcategory of it, kind of. It's hard to explain. I'll have to You can Google it if you want. Like it's like really, really hard for me to explain. But
Hmm.
I think it's like according to the definition, it says that some people who are trans femme do sometimes transition into womanhood while others don't. So it's kind
Okay.
of, I guess,
So it really is
borderline
like
trans.
on the fence of it, I guess.
I think so from the
So maybe
definition.
maybe like a step after femboy, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. And like, by the way, I'm sorry if I'm being like an egotistical geek, as Earl would call me. This guy's an egotistical geek, Rolf. This guy is an egotistical geek, and we need to close the curtains on this fool.
Well, people want to actually like hear you speak on this. Like this is kind of me interviewing you
Oh,
about this big life change, so you don't got to worry about like coming off as like egotistical or whatever.
yeah, but like, but yeah, like, um, I've even written like fan fiction in my head where like I've came out to like Mitzi and like the Rockefeller,
You came out to
and I've been
Mitzi.
like, yes, and I've came out to like the Rockefeller, like Beach Bear, and like the whole Rockefeller. That's kind of understands a little bit, but like since he was in a different time period,
Mhm.
he kind of like it would take him some like Google searching to like get used to it,
Mhm.
like to understand it better.
Gotta avoid that
But
around
yeah,
Duke Cepeda though, because like Duke actively fucking picks fights with people over being LGBT on
oh,
Facebook. That's what I've heard anyway.
oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
So
he's like,
then in canon, basically Duke would like hate me, basically, kind of.
I don't even know if
Well, the
like
character himself would like hate me because
there might even be like
considering
a
that.
bit of a weird disconnect between the character of Duke and the voice actor because like Duke Cepeda is
Oh,
even like against the whole animatronic thing. Like he even said it's like a sin to put
oh,
a man's
that's right.
voice in a
Oh,
robot. So he's kind of like distanced himself
I
from
wonder.
that.
I wonder if the character Duke LaRue would be like accepting of me. Probably. Like I would imagine the whole Rockefeller except Rolf and
Mhm.
Earl would be like really accepting. Like maybe Rolf and Earl might be. Earl I'm not too sure about, but Rolf would probably be if he like Googled enough.
I mean, a lot of people
Looney
say that
Bird.
like Rolf is like gay coded, like that he has like bisexual
Oh,
vibes,
damn.
just based off of
Also,
like his demeanor and stuff. I don't know.
oh yeah. Also, I've even written fan fiction in my head where like Looney Bird is like being like, Billy Bob, I support Candy. And like Billy Bob is like, howdy there, Candy. Welcome to Showbiz Pizza Place.
I'll have to
Support
get
you.
like the
Or
full
whatever.
story of what happened with Duke Cepeda from Aaron because I am genuinely curious. I remember there was
I am too.
a period where like Aaron was wanting to replace Duke, but I don't think that actually like came about. Like the voice actor
By the
for Duke,
way,
not like Duke the character.
uh, I miss Burt Wilson. Like, I wish I would have gotten to meet him.
Hmm.
Like, really, because if I ever got to meet Burt Sal Wilson, I would have expressed to him my feminine side, and I wonder what he would. I wonder what he would have. Wonder what his reaction would have been.
I remember
Like,
like uh, going back to like the Duke audition when Aaron put that announcement out on Facebook. I actually emailed him like, Aaron, I'm about to knock your socks off. I've got the voice of an angel. I'm gonna be the next Duke LaRue. But I never
wait,
actually.
really?
I mean, I was gonna
Oh, he
audition,
should
but
have.
uh, I forget why I didn't. I think I couldn't like perfect the voice well enough,
Oh,
and I got nervous. I don't know.
oh. By the way, I've always wanted to voice act in animatronic lately, and I think the Rockefeller and CEI has a huge inspiration for me because I've
Hmm.
always wanted to like go and like voice act, but
Well, you still got Startron's Pizza World. Your
eh,
mumbly mixed up voice is on
oh
point.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, like I totally imagine like the Rockefeller just being like, "Oh my God, hi, we love you."
I just came up with a genius fucking idea.
What's that?
An occasional like
What's
schizo
that thing?
theater skit where it's like mumbly mixed up like reading out fucking news. Because like you did like this news skit with mumbly mixed up about Startrons on your channel. I remember
Oh
right?
yeah, I did.
So we could
I
like,
did like two or 3 years ago. Yeah.
yeah, we could bring like a version of that back where like Mumbly McStump
Oh
talks
yeah.
about like news in the community or like stuff
Oh
online or
yeah.
whatever.
Breaking news: Donald Trump got arrested for trying to overturn the election in 2024 and
Or
whatever
stuff like
else. And
Boogie being buried alive by
oh,
Keemstar.
oh yeah. By the way, why does the Rockefeller Mafia have such a huge obsession with like? Why is the Rockefeller Mafia so fucking dangerous? Like, I know why they're dangerous internally because of all the illegal shit that they're doing. Why hasn't Smitty Super Service Station gotten investigated by the FBI?
You mean a
Like,
goofy
why
guess, right?
hasn't?
Goofy guess. That's what David.
No, I'm talking. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I could be getting that confused with Smitty's, but like, why
Mhm.
hasn't the FBI like genuinely like gone into Smitty's and like searched the hard drives and shit? Because like, there's got to
Mhm.
be some illegal shit happening
I
in
mean,
order for the Rockefeller Mafia to be doing this crap to
mhm.
the people that are not 18 over and over again. It just seems really, really sus. And not only that, but just really dangerous. Like, I don't get it.
As far as like David getting exposed for trying to like get nudes off a 14-year-old, that was reported to the Pendleton, Indiana police, and
Oh wow.
they did say there was going to be like enough evidence there for them to actually like pursue criminal charges. But the problem is
Did
like
they? Oh,
they aren't able to really get in contact with the victim because the minor that David was talking to, her Instagram account got hacked, and
oh.
I don't know what's going on with that. She's also like very special needs, so it's hard to like get in contact with her and figure out like what's going on with her. And so you'd have to get like her parents to actually press charges on him, and that's a whole different
I
ordeal.
would really. I actually wrote a fanfic where basically Tito and Millie like
Mm-hmm.
raided Billy Bob's Wonderland with the FBI and like arrested Travis and like the whole Rockefeller Mafia, including Tabithia, Tabithia the bitch.
Tabithia. Sounds like
Yeah,
a Harry
Tabithia
Potter
the
spell. Tabithia.
yeah, basically
Tabithia
just arrested.
Leviosa.
Yeah, but basically just arrested the Rockefeller Mafia and like prosecuted them for like what
Mm-hmm.
they were doing in real life. Because personally, I would if I was the FBI, I would be searching Billy Bob's Wonderland's hard drives. I'd be searching Smitty Super Service Station's hard drives. I'd be searching the hard drives of Goofy Gas even. Because there's got to be some illegal crap going on behind the scenes for the Rockefeller Mafia to be putting the whole community in danger like that.
And it's just the fact that like they were so openly doing all of these insane things. Like even just what they were doing to me in retaliation, like the fact that Travis and Tabitha went to fucking Clarion, like they were looking for the
Yeah.
gas station I used to work at. They went to the high school I went to. They
Wow.
went to the radio station I used to work at. They were looking at random apartment buildings trying to find mine. It's like just
Oh
them
shit.
openly doxing on their Instagram account. And it's like,
Yeah, I don't get that. Why the fuck are they like openly trying to get you arrested or some shit?
and then while they're doing this, like all these Rockefeller fans, like their kids, they don't really understand what's going on. And like even the
Yeah.
ones that do
Like I
follow
just
the drama, like they're too caught up in like following Travis or what he does on the fucking Soba's website that they kind
yeah,
of
and
like
honestly,
gaslight
I've
themselves into not realizing like what they're doing
yeah.
is problematic. But like
Yeah, and I've mhm.
at in the internet scene in general, like any other YouTuber doing that is gonna get lit the fuck up. Like
Yeah.
we saw Sniper Wolf like going to Jack's Film's
Yeah,
house,
yeah, yeah.
and like she got completely destroyed by the community. I mean, YouTube
Mhm.
even demonetized their channel for that, and that's very
Also another
mild
thing
compared to what like Travis and Tabitha did to me.
yeah, and another thing I don't understand is with the showbizpizzaplace.com server, like that's even been a whole hellhole in itself.
Hmm.
Like I was on there for like 2 minutes until Wizzy pulled me out and was like, "Hey, leave. They're gonna dox you or some
Hmm.
shit." And Wizzy, you know, Um, the Rockefeller Mafia, that whole site is kind of a hellhole within itself. I'm talking about the Discord server. The
Oh
Discord
yeah.
server is a hellhole because like there's like fights on there every day. Like Payne was talking, I think a couple years ago, how there was like a fight where Travis got exposed or whatever, and
Oh yeah,
like it
that
was
was Bella
nuts.
Starr who came out with this like Instagram statement on Travis where she was 15 at the time and Travis wanted to meet up with her and was like
Like
flirting
ew,
with her.
what the fuck? Like people that do that shit need Chris Hansen
And
and
it's
the
wild to
FBI.
me that like Travis didn't get more backlash over that because
Yeah,
like
that's surprising too. Anyways, we're going off topic here.
hmm.
We're going like very off topic.
That's how you can
But
tell we're fucking ADHD. We can just jump from topic to topic.
yeah, yeah. But anyways, back to the whole LGBTQ plus thing. I
hmm.
really think that like the LGBTQ plus community really needs more support from lawmakers. I mean, yeah, sure we have the 2015 movement, but that's at risk of getting repealed in November because of
Hmm.
Trump. I mean, I don't want to cause fear or anything, but like I have a
Okay.
feeling that
On
like
that subject, like
uh,
out of curiosity, what laws would you like in place for the community? Like specifically, like if you could
uh,
go to your local congressperson and like ask them to do something, what's something you would like to see?
let's see here. Uh well, I know that there are like laws that like are already in place that exist, but I would
Yeah.
really like to see more anti-hate crime laws passed.
Hmm. So,
I'd love to see gun control. I'd love to
mhm.
see like more like protection against trans rights. I'd love to see more safe spaces opened in the local Ohio area in my town specifically, but that's never going to happen.
Mhm.
One can only dream, but that's never going to happen, unfortunately. But I'd love to see like tons of shit go down that actually helps protect the LGBTQ plus community. I'd love to see like laws that allow pepper spray under
Mhm.
self defense circumstances. Which, by the way, speaking of pepper spray, I think that's going to be my solution. Like, if some creep nut comes up behind me and tries to, like, I don't know, for an example, tries to, like, be a perv or some shit, I would, like, kick him and then, like, pepper spray his
Oh
eyes
yeah,
or
that shit's
whatever. And,
effective.
and then, and then, like, run away or whatever. And, like, run to safety. But yeah, I definitely think, like, pepper spray. And even though I'm against the gun ownership, I wouldn't own like an AR-15 or anything, but I would own like a pistol or something like that.
Hmm.
Ohio has a conceal to carry law, if you didn't know. And basically, that means that under, I think it's self defense, um, in theory, I could realistically, in self defense, pull out a pistol and be like, here, if you dare touch me again or something, I will be armed and I will
Hmm.
like I will do damage and you will not like it. But I don't
Hmm.
ever want to go down that road. But like if I ever had to for self defense, now normally I think that gun owners are not responsible, a lot of them, but of course I would like only be like very self defense oriented. I would never like go and like do harm for like people. I would never like just pull out a pistol on anyone. It would be very special last resort shit in case if the pepper spray failed or some shit. But I wouldn't like ever like go like up to some random person and try to start shit. Like, this would only be in a self-defense way as a last resort if the pepper spray didn't work.
Yeah,
Now,
I
normally
mean,
I'd be against
when it comes,
gun ownership normally, but like, I know not all people that own guns are mentally ill. I know there are a lot of people that own guns that are not mentally ill and that actually do use guns for the right purpose, which is self-defense a lot
yeah,
of the times.
self-defense,
However,
collecting, hunting, etc.
a lot of people, I think, like these shootings, put a
Mm.
lot of gun owners in a bad light. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I
think
don't think I'd ever want to go down the route of owning a gun myself because, I mean, even though I am mentally sane, like I just don't want to ever like pull out a pistol in self-defense. I don't want to do that because
it
that's not who I am.
it's similar to driving, where like as a driver, you're expected to go through all these safety courses, to know the laws of the road, to like be able to drive safely, to not consume alcohol while you're behind the steering wheel.
Mhm.
But even though
Mhm.
like a lot of people have their license, like there are still like
Mhm.
drivers out there that are like causing danger to other people. And
Exactly.
it's not like the car's fault that these accidents are
Yeah,
happening.
exactly.
So it's kind of
It's the
similar with like
driver's fault.
guns, where it's like it's not the gun's fault that things are happening. It's like irresponsible
Mhm.
gun owners, because like a responsible gun owner is supposed to know like these standard safety rules. Like in the
Mhm.
military, I'm taught to treat, never keep, like treat every weapon as if it's loaded. Never point a
Mhm.
weapon at anything you don't intend to shoot. Keep your fingers
Exactly.
straight and off the
Exactly.
trigger until you're ready to fire,
Mhm.
and keep your weapon
And
on safe until
personally,
you're ready to fire. Like these are just kind of basic weapon safety laws.
yeah,
And
yeah. Like, I don't want to ever own a pistol, but if I had to, I
mhm.
I I'd do some consideration first. I wouldn't like just go to my local gun store and be like, "Hey, give me a pistol." No. I would make sure that I'm mentally stable enough to get a pistol
Mhm.
because I have had a history of mental health problems, but I would never like go and like cause harm to anyone, but I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
like honestly get mental help, not mental help, but I would like get mental screening before owning a pistol of any kind.
Hmm.
And I would like make sure that I have all the like legal justifications in the state of Ohio to
Yeah, and
like
like the proper training to know what to do.
yeah, like legally
Hmm.
own a pistol. And like I said earlier, I would never go up to just some random person and pull a gun on them and be like, "Hey, fucker, get shot, poo," or whatever. I wouldn't ever like be that like I would never be like that. Like I would only
Hmm.
use it if somebody was like trying to attack me, let's say.
Yeah.
Like hate crime, for example. I would never just like go waving it at random innocent civilians or whatever. Like I'm
Yeah.
not like stupid.
Yeah, you're not the Joker.
Exactly. Exactly. I think if I used a pistol responsibly and not like a dumbass, I think people would be like, "Hey, I respect you. I know you're not gonna like go and like cause harm to anybody.
Hmm.
You're a responsible gun owner. You only use this in self-defense. You never ever use this as a joke or like to harm others, basically."
Hmm.
Like I would never want to own a pistol, but if it ever came down to it and I had no other option, like if pepper spray was for some reason not an option, then I would most likely have to go with the pistol,
Honestly, pepper
unfortunately.
spray really should be an option because that shit is effective.
It is, it
Like
is, it
I've
is.
I've been OC
I've
sprayed as
used
like a part of training, and like I had that right across the brow. That shit had me fucked
oh
up. The average
but
person,
yeah,
like if
like
you're defending yourself and you spray them, they are gonna fall to the ground. They aren't gonna want to fuck with you.
by the way, that reminds me of the meme you posted in your server, the one where I fall to the ground screaming and crying.
Hmm.
Where did that meme come from? Like, I'm just genuinely curious. Like, where did that
Okay.
whole thing start?
So that's a meme that actually came from the Princess Bubbles channel. So when I was covering Adam LeWoo, there was like this Adam subreddit where they posted my channel link, and they were encouraging like Adam's fans to try and like flag my video. And I made like a community post about it saying, hey, the subreddit is doing this and they don't seem to have a problem with Prince's Bubbles, like encouraging false flagging and doxing and all that stuff. Bubbles ended up making a video response to that, and he opened up his video by saying, when I saw this post on Dewmonic Abyss's community page, I was so disgusted, I fell to the ground screaming and crying. And then he added in laughter, but that's besides the point. So I cropped that, I clipped that entire beginning, and I started putting it in like every single video. I just memed the ever-living fuck out of that.
But yeah, here's my kitten, Benny, by the way.
Benny. I like his...
Here she is. She is...
Oh, she is. I like her little mustache.
5 months. Same. It kind of looks a little bit like Hitler, but not fully, but like a tiny bit. Like a tiny bit. Obviously, I want to state, just for the record, no, I am not a Nazi. I do not support Hitler. I don't support any of that bullshit. I just find her marking to be kind of like Hitler.
And obviously your cat isn't trying to revive the Third Reich.
No. But she's cute, though.
I like the look she just gave you.
Hitler anyway.
She was like, what did you call me?
Yeah, she's too sweet to be Hitler. But, like, anyways. Benny, God, you are so cute. But yeah, like, I do not support any of, like, the Nazi shit. I'm not a Nazi. I just want to make that disclaimer, just in case of one of your fans tries to come into the comments and be like, oh my God, you're a Nazi. Oh my God, Candy's a Nazi. Like,
I'm obviously not a Nazi either. I'm in the military. No, the military that beat the Nazis.
Exactly, and I'm not a white supremacist or anything like that either. Like, I love all kinds of people. I just want to make that crystal clear. And I also don't hate religion. I just hate the MAGA version of Christianity. I don't hate Christianity itself. I just hate the MAGA-induced Christianity. But I'm aware that not all Christians are like MAGA, and MAGA's really not genuine Christianity. Anyways, with that disclaimer out of the way, damn it, Benny, let's continue. Benny, why are you laying on my cord? Benny, get off my cord. Benny, get off my cord. Get off my cord, Benny. Benny. She's literally laying right on my telephone cord. Like, look at her. She's fucking laying on it. She's laying on it. And I can't get her to move. She's like fucking laying on it. But she's cute, though.
You'd have to bribe her with treats or something. That'll get her moving.
This is my other cat, Felix. This is the fat cat that I posted in your server and that people say need to go on a diet.
Garfield 2.0.
Kinda. But anyways. There she goes. But yeah, anyways. Yeah. I really, really am just exploring myself more and more. Like, this is just the very start. I haven't even brushed the surface of my journey. Like, this is only the beginning. Like, in the next 5 years, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I don't know if I'll fully be a woman by that point, like, biologically. If I'll permanently be, like, a biological woman, I don't know.
I think it's actually good that you're, like, clarifying this, that you're actually, like, showing that you're going about this, like, the responsible way. You're thinking it through entirely instead of, like, rushing into it, which I think is what some people were concerned about. Yeah. Exactly. Like, and I also looked it up, and during the mental health screening to get the transition, they make sure that you're not influenced by anyone, that you're, like, genuinely doing this for the right people, the right reasons, that it's not, like, just you fucking around, because this is not a fucking toy. Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like the equivalent of 911. Like, that's not a toy. Same thing here. This is not a fucking toy. People actually get shot for this. Like, people die for this. Like, this is a real, actual thing. affects people day to day. I've
Yeah, and
had
it's like
friends.
once you go all the way, it's not something that's like easy to reverse.
You can't just reverse it.
Hmm.
And that's another thing that I've been like going over with myself.
Hmm.
Do I want to A, be a feminine man? Do I want to still be a biological man and be um and be uh
Like a femboy.
yeah, or do I want to change my entire biological sex to
Hmm.
be feminine? There's pluses and minuses to both, obviously. But like one of the biggest drawbacks is I'll kind of lose my well, see, femboys are very unique.
Hmm.
But at the same time, I'll be a lot more gender euphoric, kinda, I guess. I don't know. Like, part of me thinks I'll be gender euphoric if I am actually a female, because like a lot of me wishes that I was kind of more feminine at birth, kinda.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know, like if I wish I was more like female per se, but I kind of wish that I like had more feminine features. Like I've seen, like I said earlier, I've seen a lot of guys on Reddit that have looked way more feminine than me. And yeah, I have kind of gotten a little bit jealous of those feminine guys. Not like in like a hateful way or anything, but I've
Hmm.
like gotten like a little bit jealous because I'm like, man, I wish I was more feminine because I'm like, I didn't win the genetic lottery at all.
Hmm.
Like I'm out here looking like a fucking teddy bear from Build-A-Bear Workshop that was hit with a nuclear bomb. And meanwhile, all these other dudes are out here looking like cute, like feminine supermodels and shit. And I'm just like, man, that sucks. And I do admit I probably do have a little bit of body dysmorphia thrown in with the fact that when I was younger, I used to cry when I used to cry to my mom a lot when I was younger, if I would ever asking her if I would ever be attractive because I've never really considered my stomach attractive. And I used to ask my mom all the time when I was younger. I was like, "Mom, well, will girls ever find me attractive? Well, at this point, will anyone find me attractive because of my body?" Like one of my biggest fears growing up, especially like when middle school hit, I think, was, will women find me attractive? Will people find me attractive? Well, now it's like, will
Hmm.
anyone find me attractive? Because I mean, I'm pan, so will people find me attractive? Will people one of my biggest fear? Oh wait, I already said that. I'm whooping shit. Um, Basically, one of my fears was that pretty much like being intimate with people. Like I was worried that like they would like hate the way my my exhaust pipe looks because it has a hole in it, and they would like hate the way that my stomach looks because it looks like a deformed Build-A-Bear that got hit by a nuclear bomb. Like it literally looks like a deformed nuclear explosion. And like I was like, oh my god, fucking I fucking hate this. And I do kind of still wish at times that my exhaust pipe didn't have a hole in it. Like my muffler didn't have a hole in it and that it didn't look so ugly. And even if it did get fixed, I would still probably hate it. Like, still. Even if in an alternate universe where I never had a Build-A-Bear Workshop look, I still would probably hate myself. Probably.
It really
But
is
I would
like
hate myself a
this
lot
weird thing
less.
with the universe, just like pulling this massive like prank on you, like fucking with you, like you being born on April Fools, and then all of that
Mhm.
happening.
Yeah. And my medical history is like really, really complex.
Hmm.
And that's what a lot of people in your server, I think, didn't really understand. Because I try to explain that I can't, like, medically, due to medical reasons, my stomach
Hmm.
is stuck like a Build-A-Bear. I cannot, no matter how many times I lift weights, I cannot undo the scar. I cannot
Yeah.
undo the tissue. The tissue is fucking stuck like this. I'm stuck with the Build-A-Bear stomach.
It's like the
Unless
first
if I get
episode of
plastic
SpongeBob
surgery.
where like he was trying to lift weights, but it's just like this little stick with like two teddy bears attached to
Yeah, basically.
it.
Basically. And, um, to be fair, I've looked up gender dysmorphia. I've looked it up hard, and I think I'm honestly feeling a lot of gender dysmorphia for some reason. I don't know where it's coming from, but I know that I might definitely have it. I don't know where the fuck it's coming from. Maybe it's coming from my medical history that I can't stand. It might seem like I'm hating my medical history a little bit. But like
I could see that because
I
like
do
something I told
I
you
do
earlier,
tend
like the moment you
uh,
got this like these feminine clothes and all that, like you seem a lot more energetic, a lot more happier overall.
yeah. I do genuinely wonder if a lot of like trans people do have hated their medical history. Like obviously not like as severe as mine, but like I wonder if a lot of now I don't want to make generalizations here,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
just want to clarify that um to anybody watching who is like trans and a part of the LGBTQ plus community, I don't want to offend you. Okay, I am sorry if this sounds offensive. I apologize. I am not trying to offend anybody here. This is just my own personal thing that I'm kind of feeling right now, and I shouldn't really generalize like all the LGBTQ plus community feeling like this. I should more of just break it down into my personal journey because like not every single person is like born prematurely and has the same experience that I have.
Yeah, I think most
So
people get
I
what you
should
mean.
I should I should really just rephrase this here. Um basically I think where my gender dysmorphia is coming from is basically my medical history, like the fact that I hate my body because,
Hmm.
especially my stomach, and the way it looks more bloated than it actually is in real life. Like, if you actually looked at it from a certain angle, I'd look a lot bigger from the front than I actually am. I know I'm not plus size. I know I'm not fat. I know I have no diabetes or no underlying medical conditions. I just am I'm very healthy. And, the comments that my dad's mom makes doesn't really help that. It kind of makes it worse because my grandma, my, my dad's mom, looks at biological women who are plus size and kind of fat shames them a lot. And I know she's not trying to fat shame me, but it kind of feels like that sometimes because
Hmm.
I've had this for 21 years, and my ADHD has been downplayed for 21 years by my dad's side of the family, even though they don't mean to, obviously. They mean well, they just don't understand ADHD because it didn't exist in the 40s, but like,
Right.
it just hurts. It just fucking hurts. And like, I've never really told my dad that, but like, I really just, it fucking hurts when my grandmother's like, oh, these women shouldn't wear this, or whatever, because they're plus
Hmm.
size or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, will you shut up? Like, I've literally snapped at her before. I'm like, will you shut up? Who cares?
Hmm.
And, I'm also battling with the fact that I may possibly want to transition into a biological woman. This just makes that worse because I'm like, not worse, I should rephrase that. This doesn't make it worse, but like makes the gender dysmorphia that I feel worse. And it like makes the shit like, even if I did transition into a full blown biological woman, I'd still have this Build a Bear stomach. Like, I still have the Build a Bear stomach. Yeah, I'd have a small chest and I wouldn't have my shaft anymore. But like, I would still have this Build a Bear
Hmm.
stomach.
I mean, just remember, Harry Potter has a scar across his fucking forehead, and it's one of his most iconic, defining features.
True. And honestly, I'm still trying to weigh over the pros and cons of like becoming a biological woman. And what my mom told me was like very, very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
She told me that most people who are trans deal with this like for years, not months after discovering themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me to just think about it more, basically, just give me more time, maybe a couple years. I'm pretty sure in like the next 2 to 5 years, I'll probably have this all figured out, hopefully.
Yeah, it seems like your mom's pretty grounded and she's wanting to support
Yeah,
you.
she's had kids who have been transgender before. She's
Mm-hmm.
had kids who have been trans. There's a student in her class who is kind of like me, except a little bit younger than me, who wanted to wear a prom dress, and he might be another femboy. I'm not sure, but I know a lot of my mom's kids, a lot of her students have rough home lives because she lives in a part of, or not lives, her school is located in a part of Ohio that's very poor,
Mm-hmm.
very Title One. So a lot of her students have like really, really rough home lives. So, so yeah. So I just wish I could meet the student and tell him, "Hey, it's okay. I'm a femboy myself, and I'm trying to discover myself as well." Now, I don't expect my dad's side of the family, once I do eventually come out, to ever really fully accept me because they never really have, to be fair. Even before all this crap, they never really fully acknowledged my ADHD. So I don't ever really expect them to like accept this
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know how my dad personally would handle it, but I know his side of the family probably wouldn't handle it very well,
Yeah.
especially my extended family. So I might have to cut ties in the next 5 years. I mean, I don't know if I'll come to that. Hopefully it won't, but I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean the thing about you being an adult, like you don't have an obligation to like associate with any of them if they don't like, accept you or aren't treating
Yeah.
you with like the respect you want or
Mhm. And my workplace is very LGBTQ plus, but no, none of my coworkers know about the nickname Candy. Um, I've actually had some confusion because of my video that I posted called The Big News. In that video, I said within the next 5 to 10 years that I might legally change my name to Candy at some point.
mm-hmm.
And people started commenting, being like, wait a minute, you're changing your name to Candy? When did you do this? I'm like, no, 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 no. I said I might be doing this in the next 5 to 10 years. I really love the name Candy because it just suits me more. It suits my personality, kind of, because I'm kind of like crazy at times. And not only that, but it just gives me a lot more less of a religious hold because as I said earlier, my dead name is kind of too religious for me personally. Even though my mom has told me that the name Daniel is actually not tied to religion, it's actually tied to strength.
Hmm.
I don't really feel like it's really strength worthy when older people at work are not constantly, but every once in a while, people would like tell me, "Oh, God bless you. God bless you. Oh, you're just like Saint Daniel." Like shit like that just kind of makes me uncomfortable a little bit because I'm not religious. But like, I know my name. Like I know. Oh, food's ready. I gotta go eat dinner.
Yeah, I figure we can wrap it up here because it's 9:12 and
Yeah, but yeah. Um, Thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. I
yeah, I
really
think this was a
appreciate
really
you all.
insightful
Thank you
interview.
all.
Appreciate you opening up
Thank you all
about
for
your
watching.
experience with this.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And by the way, this still has like many years to go. Like I've got like a total of like 21 more years probably until I fully like figure this shit out probably. But yeah, like bye everybody. You all are amazing. Have a great day.
Peace out.